Let's talk about the thing which makes it possible to like run a functionality to be run in the background and to run same and another function in a similar time. So what makes it possible is called web browser features or web APIs. Okay, so API means application programming interfaces. Okay, the thing is API is basically like using an other thing, like because we will ultimately use a browser feature. Let's say we want to use a timer function, like run time in the background to like count 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and after one it's gonna be like do some operations. If you want to like look at more of them, so you can go to web API MDN. There are a list of features that you can use that are available in your browser, so that you can use them. There are like multiple features that are available in browsers, so there might be available weather app. Okay, so they need your location. For that you need to use which is called geolocation API. Okay, so you would have to like go to this to access some location from the browser. Okay, so these are the bunch of features that are not the part of JavaScript. There is a fetch API which is used to like fetch data from another website. DOM is also an API which is used to like change the HTML layout with the and interact with the JavaScript using change or manipulate HTML layouts with JavaScript. There are also APIs like Canvas API. There is if I go to Control Shift I, this console is also a browser feature. Okay, so this is a network feature. There are also storages, local storages, session storages. So these are all the part of browser. These are not the part of JavaScript. You need to access somebody's Bluetooth. You need Bluetooth API. Okay, I hope you got a little bit of understanding of what an API is. These are all not a part of JavaScript, but we can use their labels in JavaScript to get their functionality done. Understand this concept, and we will make some functions. Let's say a function which would print hello, and I would in document dot write hello world. Okay, and I want to like run this function after 2 seconds, so I would use set timeout. So this is a just a web browser feature, and it's not a feature of my JavaScript, and I'm using just label because this is available in MDN. I'm using that, so this would run in the browser, and it won't be run like normal JavaScript functions, and I will explain that, and it won't be added to the call stack also. So after like 2 seconds I want to call like print hello, and so I'm not even adding the parentheses, like just print hello, and I would like is 2000 is like milliseconds, and that means that's like equal to 2 seconds. After 2 seconds call the print hello. And so this is their specifications, so whatever is like written on the left side is they call that function automatically, and on the second argument you give whatever the time is. So I didn't even call that function, they would automatically call the function when the time completes. So you can like understand that I didn't write this code, so this is code that is like pre-written and available to us, so we can use it. And after that I would do is console log me first. So what happens is, because it's not the JavaScript code, what happens is this runs in the browser, and these code like executes like thread of execution, like they execute in thread like line by line. So this function would be stored in that, and this, when it comes to this would run in the browser, and then it goes back into the JavaScript world, and then this would line execute, and like if I have more code it would run that. So if I have another code like display name, and I would have something like it would console log display name function, and I would call my function over here display name, and I would go to my Firefox DevTools to understand this, and I would do is like slow down my network so I can like see their execution. So I would go for like regular 3G to like really slow down the process. Okay, so I would do is like restore it, refresh it, and I would do is set timeout, add a breakpoint over here, and I would do is like this. So we are at line number 24. So when this line executes, this is not a part of JavaScript, so it would be added to the browser and it would move on to second line instead of waiting for 2000 milliseconds or 2 seconds and then printing hello and then moving to the next line. What it would do is like it would run in the browser and it will move on to the next line. The rest of the code would run in like line by line, because that is a JavaScript code, like synchronous code. This would go like asynchronously with that lines of code. Step in, this would do is console log me first. When it executes, you can see that me first executed, and then I would call my display name. Okay, so you can see that the feature is running in the background and I'm running the other code, and set timer does not even add it to the call stack. You can see that because it's not our function, and display name is our function. When I step in, the display name would be added to the call stack because it's our function or a JavaScript function. You can say that. And when I step in, you can see that display name added to the call stack. When I step in, console log display name function, and this would be like displayed now. And when I like step in, this would be pop out of the call stack because the function executed completely. And when I step in, all code executed completely. I can now do is resume, and when the 2 seconds complete, the hello world would be like written to the document. Hope you like got a little bit of understanding of the browser features are and how they are helpful. Like if you need to use Bluetooth API, geolocation, camera access, you need like API for that, like browser API to access that, and the rest of the code would like run synchronously and this would run in the background. That is how we can achieve this functionality, like to run a function in the background and the other codes like in the same time. So do not make our user wait for like 2 seconds.